This man needs no introduction. One of the best cornerbacks in NFL history. He has stranded many on his island, one Revis Island. Darrelle Revis here with us on First Take. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you, bro.
Yes, thanks.
All right, so you're in your second year and your second stint with the Jets, right? Todd
Yes.
Bowles has a year under his belt now. You guys locked up Fitz. You are one win away from the playoffs. How far are you going to go this year?
Our expectations is going really far. We want to get into the playoffs, and we want to make some noise in the playoffs. So that's our goal. That's our main goal as a team.
As a defensive player, how concerned were you that your quarterback, obviously an offensive player, was in danger of not being here? What was that like for you? Considering the fact also that you were on the Jets years ago, obviously,
Yes.
before you departed, and there were some quarterback issues in the past.
You definitely do not want to, come into a season without, your starting quarterback. That's very tough to try to build team chemistry, with your guy. So, I mean, he had a great year last year, and it's glad that we got him back.
Well, you were, in my view, the last true shutdown corner. And nowadays, with these athletes at wide receiver and the way the rules are, it feels like there's no such a shutdown corner can't exist anymore. My question is, physically, are you still a shutdown corner? Is there still such a place as Revis Island?
No question. I'm still
You're
playing
on
at
it
a
right
high
now.
level. So, I'm getting ready for this year and go after it, get after as much as I can. I still think I can play at a high level.
Do you feel that you're being targeted anymore? You had 5 interceptions last year, which is more than we're used to seeing you get because they don't target your side of the field. Are you being targeted more? And if so, can that help you in a sense?
I get targeted every year. I think that's the thing people don't understand is they game plan. They come after you. Everybody got strengths. Everybody got weaknesses. So they definitely do take their chances when they can.
Do you feel you've lost a step? Like people have been speculating that Darrelle Revis is still elite, but he's not the same. He may have lost a step. What do you feel?
Well, I don't run the 4.3 as I used to back in 2007, but I can still play. I think for me it's more of a mental game. It's more of angles with me at this point and just being very technician of the game, and that's what I've been doing.
This defense right here, I mean, you got Muhammad Wilkinson, you retained him, Sheldon Richardson is there, Leonard Williams is there, you still got Pace in the crew,
Yes.
and, back there with you at the linebacker spot. You're in the secondary. Talk to me about what you think this defense is going to be this year compared to what we saw it be last year.
Yes, we were top 5 last year. Great in the pass defense, great in the run defense. I think we're a lot faster this year, though. We got a lot of young guys. We got Jordan Jenkins, who's a DN. We have Darren Lee, who we drafted in the first round. So we got more speed on the defensive side. I think you will see us definitely being more aggressive and being more of a speed-type defense that we have. So sky's the limit. We're expecting to be in the top 5 again this year.
Speaking of top 5, who do you think the top 5 cornerbacks are in the game right now?
Man, it's tough. It's some
And are
great
you
talent.
one of them?
It's great talent, man. I don't really boast or brag about my game. The numbers speak for themselves, for me. But it's some great guys. Richard Sherman. You got Pat Peterson. You got Jenkins here in New York now. I mean, Tremont Johnson is out in Los Angeles. So I mean, you can go down the list. You got Chris.
Years ago, when you saw a guy like Asamoah, it was like, maybe Asamoah's better than Revis. You had to be sitting back going, come on, people, stop. Are you still there psychologically with your place at the position? Or do you see guys now who are younger and coming up and think like, okay, maybe they got it?
It's a lot going on these days, especially with social media. Pat P came out and said, I know I'm the best. And at the position that we play, that's the way you're supposed to feel. You're supposed to feel that you're the best and know that you're the best because you're out on the island and you're covering guys. It's just you and that receiver out there. So definitely, I mean, everybody feels like they're the best at the position because they play at a high level.
I want to know, as a corner in this game, as an elite corner in this game, how do you feel about the way cornerbacks are dissected. Just the other day, we were talking about Josh Norman, and you got people saying he's with the Redskins, but, you know, they basically, you know, ran zone schemes in Carolina. That's what they're going to be doing in Washington. He's not a quote-unquote true cover guy. I'm not saying that. I'm saying these are what the kind of people say when they dissect him and Richard Sherman compared to a Patrick Peterson, compared to a you or whatever. How do you feel about the way cornerbacks are being critiqued this year? I mean, in this day and age, and is it accurate in your mind?
How you dissect them in today's game, for me personally, I don't think you can reinvent the wheel. If you look at all the past, you know, great DBs, you know, they played man coverage. You know, they played bump and run, and they got up in your face, and they were definitely aggressive. I mean, there are zone corners as well that play a lot of zone, and that's the scheme. It depends on, you know, what the scheme is and how they can utilize you in that scheme. But for me, it's bump and run. It's bump and run. You follow on that receiver wherever he goes on the field.
You've been on contenders. You've been on pretenders. I'm quite sure you'll say this is a contender this year.
Yes.
Why?
I think we have all the pieces, you know, for us as a team. Offensively, we got some weapons in Brandon and Decker. We got Matt Forte, and then we got Ryan, you know, back on the team. And then on the defensive side, we still have most of the core guys here. We just added some pieces to it, to our defensive side, and I think we'll be fine. We'll be ready to contend this year.
Darrelle, you know Tom Brady very well, won a Super Bowl with him. What was your thoughts on the punishment that he received, the 4-game suspension? Was that fair?
You know, it went on for, you know, about over a year.
Yeah, way too long for all of us.
It was very long, that whole process and situation. I don't feel the NFL maybe approached it the right way, the situation. That being said, I was on the team, the 2014 team with New England, so I was very involved with that whole situation, what was going on. It's very tough, you know, to see Tom go through this, you know, as a fellow peer and being a former teammate of him. And, you know, I mean, I wish him the best. I mean, I know he's a strong-willed guy, and I know he'll fight back and get through this.
Darrelle, thank you so much. Always a pleasure to see you. Wishing you the best of luck this season, too.
Thank you, Molly.
All right.
Thank you, Max. All right. Thanks, Steve.
More First Take. When we come back, we'll wrap things up from Florham Park, New Jersey.